Hello, Internet. My name is Sky Trapella. I work with Tarot in Time, and I am going to be giving you your weekly update, 1 week ahead, astrology and tarot card reading. For this week ahead, we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So if you just want to take a moment, you can pause the video and sit with it and see which deck calls you the most. So now that you've picked your piles, we are going to start with the astrology readings this week. If you want to jump ahead, the link to a time slot for each pile, number 1, number 2, and number 3 will be linked below. I'm hoping that you can hear me. We're going to jump right into the astrology reading for this week, starting with April 11th, which is Monday. So for Monday, as you can see, we have the chart located right over there. The sun is in Aries for this month. As you know, it's Aries season. The moon is currently in Leo. It has been for about a day now. And we have some major transitions going on. In case you haven't heard, Jupiter and Neptune are conjunct in Pisces, which Jupiter and Neptune being conjunct isn't a huge deal on its own. Neptune and Jupiter conjunct each other approximately every 13 years. So their coming together isn't a big deal, but Jupiter and Neptune coming together in Pisces is a big deal. This hasn't happened for a really, really long time. And Pisces co-rules both Neptune and Jupiter. So this makes it a really, really expansive time. It's a time for creativity. It's a time to reflect, to dream big, and edit those dreams later and bring them into reality. So just looking at this chart here, I noticed that as far as elements go, we're generally pretty even. This is a very balanced week between action and thinking and creativity and emotions. There isn't really a sway towards any one area until you get to the cardinal, mutable, and fixed signs. There's the majority of the planets, 5 out of the 10 planets, are in fixed signs. If you're not familiar with fixed energies, this is your Taurus, your Aquarius, your Leo, your Scorpio. They're big energy. They make a presence. They make a splash when they enter a room. People know them and they might not like them. They might love them. They might despise them. It's a hard energy to get along with because once these signs make up their mind about something, it is really, really hard to change it. So going into this week, you have to be aware that there's a tendency to get fixated or even to get stuck. If you get in a fight with someone, it can be really hard to admit that you're wrong if you are wrong. So going into this week, just be aware that it's okay to be flexible. Jupiter and Pisces, and then Neptune in Pisces, and Venus in Pisces are your best friend right now. Pisces is the higher octave of Venus. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and wealth. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, so it's universal love, universal truths and wealth, which doesn't necessarily manifest in the presence of material objects, but rather spiritual intelligence, spiritual gain, feeling confident and self-worthy and knowing your value. That's Neptune. So coming into this really fixed, heavy week, knowing your value, knowing to love one another despite where you might want to get stuck, where you might feel like you're hitting a wall. Coming at that situation with love is really, really important. Tuesday, the moon, let's move this here, moves out of Leo and enters Virgo. Virgo is not a fixed sign, so this helps to soften that stubborn fixed energy. Tuesday and Wednesday, so the moon enters into Virgo. And for those of you who are familiar with Virgo's energy, it is a earth sign. It is also not fixed. It's a mutable sign. It's more agreeable. It's a little bit more receptive than Leo. It has very intellectual responses to emotions in some ways. It's hypercritical and analytical. So watch out for some hypercriticism towards yourself. It's not needed. You don't have to do that to yourself. You're beautiful. Love yourself. And one of the things I love about Virgo is they have this desire to help those around them. They have this desire to
focus on the details. Rather than getting overwhelmed with the situation at hand, they are able to hyper-focus on, okay, what do I have in my control? And one of the things that's in your control is the cleanliness of your life. Clean out your closet, clean your bedroom, clean your kitchen, bake yourself a cake, eat an apple, clean out your body, clean out what you've been filling it with, put that bag of chips down, and grab a fresh piece of fruit. It's going to make a big difference. If you pick up the bag of chips, don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. It's going to be okay. But it's just a good time to look at what you're holding around you and let go of what's no longer serving you. This is a great time to put a new scent into your diffuser. Start your diffuser up. Carve out time to take for yourself, take care of yourself, heal yourself. It's really good at letting go and cleaning out. Meditate. Take active meditation. It doesn't have to be sitting down with your hands on your lap for a long period of time. Not everyone is open to doing that or can do that right now at this point in their life. But put on a podcast. That can be a form of meditation, getting in that active state where you're really listening. These 2 days are a really good time to ground yourself. I would be weary of overextending yourself a little bit. Again, Virgo likes to hand itself out. And in case you don't notice, the moon here is in opposition to Venus. And on Wednesday, it goes a little bit more in opposition. So be wary of overextending yourself. It's more of a good time to go in rather than giving too much out. But overall, Virgo, mutable, agreeable, enjoy it, clean your stuff, read a book, have fun. Not party fun, but like water your plants. Water your plants fun. It feels good and it's rewarding. Reward yourself with the luxury of having a clean and healthy space to live in. That's Wednesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, the moon moves to 13 degrees. And then on Thursday, the moon is still in Virgo on Thursday, or at least for the first half of Thursday. And one of the big things that happens on Thursday, even though the moon is still in the same sign, is the transiting aspect of the moon to Pluto. They are in a direct sextile. This is a positive position. It means that they are getting along with each other, and they're in an earth sign, which is materials. It's the real world. It's not necessarily intellectual or emotional. It's physical. It's how we live and what we're living in and where we're living. And these two signs making this aspect to each other can create a restless environment, a restless person. It can create a little bit of a compulsive personality, a compulsion to move forward. But moving forward with a plan. Make a plan. Write a plan down for yourself. Over the next couple of days, I want to do blank. I want to create blank in my life. Exercise your willpower of being discerned in what you want for you. This is also a really good time to call the women in your life. The grandmothers, the mothers, call them, give them a phone call. They want to hear from you. They're waiting for that. This is a good day to dig deep. Connections create new value. What do you value? Is it material wealth or is it your family? It can be both. But exercise your willpower in creating that connection. Thursday. Welcome to Thursday. I never liked Thursdays, but they've grown on me lately. And this Thursday is a fun one because the moon here, is aspecting Pluto. So even though the moon is still in Virgo, the moon is creating this positive aspect over here to our planet Pluto, which is transformation, change. It's not a planet anymore, but we're still going with it. And it wants you to change, to expand, to transform into something new. It's that you get excited for the rest of your day, your week. This energy can also be a little bit restless. It can be compulsive. It has a compulsive need sometimes to move forward. In doing so, don't just allow your compulsions to drive your energy this week or this day. Create a plan. Direct that energy where it serves you best and get things done. You can do it. You have everything's going for you right now in clear, powerful energy. Next, Friday. School is coming to an end. Work is hopefully coming to an end. We're nearing the weekend, and it feels good, right? Right. The moon enters Libra. Libra is, it's justice. It's like a seesaw. It's the fulcrum in the middle. It likes to be balanced. It doesn't want to swing too far in any one direction. It's ruled by air. It's communicative. It likes intellectual discussion. It likes things to feel beautiful. It will avoid argumentation at most any cost, which can be a little bit of a downfall to Libra. But after coming out of Leo, which is all about self-expression, and then Virgo, which is analytical, self-analytical, Libra feels soft. It's elusive and sweet, and it's peace-prone, and that feels really nice. This is a time to fight for your dreams, but again, move forward with that intent. This is where that list you created during Virgo is going to be really helpful. Move forward in this peace-loving time with intention. You're not the only one right now who wants to create peace and balance. Other people want it too, so use it to your advantage. How can you create harmony within your life with other people? This is a good time for people to communicate their needs because you can go about it in a non-argumentative way. Now, the other big thing that happens this day is Mars moves into Pisces. Mars was previously in Aquarius. It's been in Aquarius for about a month. And Aquarius, if you're not familiar with Aquarius energy, hello, I am an Aquarius. Aquarius is rebellious. It's universal. It likes to think big and shake things up. It's also a fixed energy, so once it makes up its mind, it's hard for it to change its mind. It values intellectual pursuits, but it can be a bit reckless. Pisces is a little bit different. Pisces is receptive. It's a receptive sign. It's quiet on the outside, but with Mars in this position, it is restless within. This is intelligent non-resistance. When you don't have to fight, don't fight. With Pisces and Mars and Pisces, pick your battles. Be sure to pick battles. There are battles that must be fought, but Mars in Pisces likes to avoid intense emotional reactions. The issue with Mars in Pisces is that it tends to hold issues in until it can't anymore and it explodes. Don't do that. This is a good time to communicate your needs, but maybe write them down first. Recite them first in the car to yourself. Not all fights need to be fought verbally. Some fights can be fought out with a pen and paper. You can draw, you can write, you can sing. Singing is a great way of self-expression. This is a good time to self-express. Learn to express yourself in a non-combative manner. Buy a journal. Buy a journal. Do it. It's gonna help so much, I promise. I love journals. They're my favorite thing. The other thing that happens, there's three on this day. Okay. The moon enters Libra, Mars enters Pisces, and then Lilith. Lilith enters Cancer. Lilith is a fun one. For those of you who are not familiar with Lilith, Lilith is traced back to the stories of Adam and Eve. She was supposed to be Adam's first wife. She was kicked out of the Garden of Eden for wanting to be Adam's equal. You can do more history on that yourself, but that's the baseline of the story. She is rebellious. She is powerful. She knows her worth. Wherever Lilith is, it's your rightful placement it is your rightful empowerment. That is Lilith. She is not going to pretend that she is something she is not. She is not going to let anyone else talk her out of knowing how powerful and beautiful she is. You can see my Italian hands right here. And Lilith in Cancer, I mean, Cancer is the mother, it's the home, it's your roots, it's your ancestral roots. And Lilith here is just the ultimate personification of home, of that mothering energy, the nurturing energy. Nurture yourself, nurture your home, nurture your environment, nurture the people that matter to you. This is a beautiful time to help empower one another, to fulfill each other's need for nurturing. We all like to pretend that we're independent, we can do this on our own, but really we rely on each other a lot. And Lilith in Cancer knows that. She knows that she can run this whole place by herself, but if there's no one to fill her home right here, to fill her home in Cancer, then she's going to feel empty. So connect. This is a big time to connect. You can connect on social media. You can connect through FaceTime, through calling each other, through having people over your house, because we can do that again. Go out to shows, but connect on a real level, not just that superficial Libra wanting peace. Know your worth. You are beautiful. Okay. And then we have, so this is Saturday. Saturday, it's sort of the same thing as Friday. The moon moves a little bit further into Libra. And then we have Sunday. Sunday, the moon enters Scorpio. And there are no other major changes that I see this week. But the moon in Scorpio it's a little bit of that compulsive energy again. It can be intense. Scorpio is also fixed energy, so again, watch out for that fixed, stubborn energy. And to dive deep, to focus yourself, to ground yourself, to be in tune with yourself energetically. The moon in Scorpio knows what it's feeling. It knows what it's feeling. There are not emotions hiding from you, and if there are, well, you better start paying attention. Focus on the love that you have, the love that you are feeling. I'm talking so much about love this week, but there's so much Venus and Neptune and Jupiter going on, that universal love, that love for your brother, for your family, for your neighbor, it's right there. Connect to it. So again, we're going to start with pile 1 right here. Please ignore my tattoo. It is new. It's not completely done. We're going to shade this part in around here. It's a little inflamed, but we're okay. It's okay. All right, so pile 1, for those of you who picked pile 1, we're going to move some of this stuff here aside. Pile 1. I like to just look at the bottom sometimes of my cards. That's the Page of Pentacles. I love how grounded she is. She's on one foot, but she's at peace with herself. Beautiful. Okay, so for this week, we have 8 cards. We're just going to start, bring an oracle into the middle. Okay, so for this week, the theme is just believing in the impossible. You guys are just gonna stare at my chest, that's fine. So, believe in the impossible. And it is a blue moon, which is a special occasion. So here, we have the Fool, the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Wands.
you're really embodying what it is to be an Aries. This week for you is a lot about adventure, wanting to go outside and be a part of spring. This is a good week for you to go on hikes and do realistic adventures. Start planning ahead for traveling, but make little things fun. Go to a coffee shop, bring a book with you, bring a friend with you. Maybe meet a new friend. There's new intellectual pursuits here. So on this side, we have the more physical side. And we have you going out and being seen in the world. It's the Queen of Wands. She is joyful. Look at her. She's just the embodiment of fire and joy and adventure and spirit. She has so much spirit. And we have the Fool, who is the beginning of the major arcana. She's new to this world in this version. And she's going out into the world and she doesn't know self-restraint yet. She doesn't know any of the lessons that we've learned to help protect ourselves. She's here to experience and to learn. And she's here in her brightest form. She's shed those skins of self-doubt and self-pity to be open. Both these cards are just these powerful and open women. Now, this could be you. This could be perhaps a partner, or it could just be an energy. But there's a powerful opening of energetic spirit, of fiery spirit, of wanting to feel free. This week is all about freedom. And then here on this side, you have the more mental side. And you have the Ace of Wands, which is the beginning of the Wands set, and the Nine of Wands. And the Ace of Wands wants intellectual stimulation. It wants to feel fired and passionate in the mind, in that third eye chakra. And the Nine of Wands wants to go out and be seen and go do things. It's ready. She's ready. You're ready. So even if you can't go and do all the things you want, listen to podcasts. Do something that stimulates you, because you need stimulation. You need so much stimulation. Positive stimulation. You need positive, uplifting stimulation. Yeah. Let's break down again. Okay. So, let's turn these around. I want these on top. So here, we have at your bottom, your foundation, we have the Queen of Swords, who she's one powerful woman. She knows what she wants. She's cutthroat. She is up to date. She is clear-minded and absolute in her decisions. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, who has a little bit of everything and can focus and to me, this Eight of Pentacles just feels like studying, but being in that flow state of studying, being 100% present and really retaining information to the point where you're able to teach it to others later. It's that cycle, and you're there for it. You're expansive. You are intaking what's around you. So at the bottom of your week, we have these two feminine energies of being independent. There's an independence there, knowing that you are okay by yourself and that you can be that you were okay by yourself, that you were intellectually free to do what you want, that your mind is free. You may be busy with a crazy work week, but you are mentally free to do as you please. No one's gonna hold you back, and if anyone is holding you back, you have to let them go, because that is not serving you right now. Believe in the impossible. Believe yourself to be wherever you want to be. Allow yourself to believe that you can be this independent person, and that doesn't mean that you have to be alone. It just means that you are okay by yourself. And then up here we have the Ten of Swords, who this lovely lady is walking to what serves her. I love how it's birds flying, because birds say they look like ravens, but birds often migrate to climates that best suit them. And this woman is walking to what suits her best. I'm sorry if you are not a woman, you can be whoever you are, but these images are strongly female. And then we have the Empress. Yay! You are so connected to so much more than you realize. You are here, you are birthing a new project, a new part of your life where your value is set. You know your worth. You are the creator of this part of your life. Have fun with it. You are blessed in so many ways here. You are free, you are fun. People see you for what you are. And the only thing that is lacking is perhaps your belief in that yourself. Believe in you. You've got this, you're doing great. And let's see, what do the dice have to say today? Anything focus for energy of pile number 1. Yeah, so we rolled the South Node in Pisces in the 4th house. And if you watched the opening astrology video, you will know that there's a lot going on in Pisces right now. Jupiter is there, Neptune is there, and Venus is there. And the South Node rules all things about the past. It rules places you've already gone, lessons you've already learned, people you've already met. It rules that which you already mastered. You've done it, you're good at that. And there's the 4th house, which is the home, it's your family, it's your ancestral roots, it's your connection, your need to be nurtured, it's your mother. Depending on which astrologer you talk to, it also could be your father. And here we have this week, there might be something that comes up that you've already mastered. It could be a relationship, it could be a project. And you get to go about it this time knowing what to do, but having the freedom to add more creativity in, to be more in tune with that Piscean part of yourself, with that transiting Piscean energy, and bring that into your home, bring that into your line of creativity, your line of being, bring that into who you are so that you can do what you've already done, but do it in a place of excitement, of joy. Is there anything else that pile 1 needs to know? Yeah, a fiery climax approaches. You have a lot of fire going on here. Do not cool yourself down for anyone. I'm loving all this fire energy. Like, sometimes fire can be combative and a little bit too hot to be around, but right now this fiery energy, it's your fuel. It's trying to propel you forward into this beautiful, empowered being that you are, and I am all for it. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Your dreams, your ambitions, your relationships, they're going to come to this point where you get to make the decision of what you want them to look like. And you get to bring that creativity into it, bring passion into it, bring adventure into any of your pursuits. Yeah, you've got it all in the palm of your hand right now. And I love it. number 2. I love this. It's actually petrified wood. It is not a stone, and I think it is so cool. Pile number 2. Okay, and I'm gonna add in. So let's start over here. Pile number 2. What does pile number 2 need to know? Okay. Pile number 2. Looks like you got some romance going on this week. It says new moon in Libra, which moon is going into Libra, and a new romantic cycle begins. Ooh la la. And new moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. Okay, I'm gonna face these towards you. There we go. So we're just gonna start off fanning this to the side. Justice, King of Blades, the Chariot, 10 of Coins, Page of Blades, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hanged Man. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so just right off the bat, if you watch the astrology videos, you know we talked about the moon being in Libra. We also talked about Mars moving into Pisces, the moon moving through Virgo and Leo as well. And there's a lot of combative type of energy going on, or the need to resist combative energy, which this Justice is a particularly good example of that. Justice is ruled by Libra. It's the scales. It wants to avoid conflict. It's also the mediator between conflict. Libra is really good at being a judge or a lawyer and standing in the middle of conflict and not having to take sides in the situation and acting as that fulcrum for the two sides to find balance. Just looking at this week right off the bat, you could either be that Libra energy trying to find the balance, or you could be on either side of that scale going back and forth. So just watch out for swings in energy. That could be really exhausting. Be careful of overextending yourself, really big here, for pushing too far, for wanting arguments perhaps. And next we have the King of Blades here right next to Justice. And this is also, it's that courtroom energy. It's that wanting things to be discerned and agreeable and wanting everyone to come to one conclusion when really there's not just one side to any story. Be open to hearing other opinions. Sometimes arguments need to happen. They do. Don't smooth everything over. Allow there to be conflict to move and create light for yourself, creating self-expression. There needs to be self-expression here. This is spring. It's a time for new budding. You could also be meeting someone new, perhaps. There could be a new love interest. Might be young or just have a young spirit to them. The other thing that I would note here is there could be a new love interest. This person might have a young spirit to them. They're really gonna stand out. They're gonna feel like something very different than what you're used to seeing every day. And this can be really attractive to you. This person could just feel really exciting and warm and enticing. I'd watch out just to see what their intentions are. They could be only here for a moment, but this is a fun, young, and playful spirit. And it's a time to rejoice. It's a time to allow yourself to celebrate. Celebrate this young energy. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate spring for whatever it is. Come together. This is a good time to come together with like-minded people for you. Here we have the Page of Blades. And if you want to take a look there, it's the Page of Swords, in case this is new for you. Blades are swords. Here we just have new discoveries, self-discoveries, learning the world around us, understanding our world better, finding compassion for others, finding explanations to that which we do not understand, creating connections to things that once felt foreign to us, bringing them into our lives in a way that we can understand, in a way that we feel connected. There's a lot here about families. There's a good chance that maybe something's going on with your family right now. I get a lot of children vibes. I get the vibe that maybe you're in court, which could be the case. And if that is the case, connect with your children. They really need you right now. They really need to feel loved and warm and connected to you and the family, because there's a lot of changes going on for them right now. Spread your wings. Allow good to come out of things that maybe are out of your comfort zone. Whatever you're dealing with right now, come at it with love, because that's the way everyone's going to leave the most intact, bigger, learn as the bigger version of themselves, as someone who learned from the situation rather than just went through it. Yeah. Down here at your foundation, we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's the wheel, but it's of fortune. Luck is on your side. This is luck and blessings and moving forward and positivity. You don't know where that wheel is going to end up, and that could be really scary to not know. But it is moving in a direction that is to benefit you. It's going to bring you exactly where you need to be. So right now, your job is to just hold on tight, to hang out there, to be who you are, wherever you are, and just allow yourself to be still for a little bit. You don't constantly have to be making progress as long as you are in that place with joy. So is there anything else? Pile number 2. What is pile number 2? Venus in Libra in the first house. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Jesus Christ. Love yourself. Whatever you're doing, there are big changes going on around you right now. Again, you could be in court. You might not be in court. You might have no children, but you might be meeting someone new. There's something about a big shift in the way that you live your life right now. And how this is going to come out is dependent upon you meeting your needs, you coming at the situation with love, with you taking care of yourself despite these big changes going on. You need to take care of yourself. You need to love yourself. Don't drink booze, drink tea. I mean, you can drink booze if you want, but like, drink some tea. Love tea. There's a new big cycle coming for you, and just don't fight. You are going to wear yourself out so much if you create drama in your life. Drama is exhausting. Stay away from that. There is a time for fighting. There is a time to stand up for your beliefs proactively, but do it with intention. Don't just fight for the sake of fighting, because you are going to wear yourself out. Do things that make you have fun. Connect with your friends that feel like sunshine. Connect with your family. They are here and they want you. I said this in the astrology reading as well. Call your mother. Call your grandmother. They want to hear from you. This one here reminds me of my grandmother. I'm sure she wants to hear from me, and I will be calling her this week. Yeah. Is there anything else pile number 2 needs to know? Moving in to all of this, right? All of this. You have a new romantic cycle coming. You have to bring love into the situation. You have all these big energies going on. And what you need to do in order to help best manifest the fortune from the wheel is creating a practical plan for yourself. Do you know what this means? For those of you, again, who watch the astrology video, buy a journal. Buy a journal. Write down your thoughts. Write down what you need right now in your life. Create a vision board. This is, right now, really like, sit down, clean out your closet, clean out your house, and then create a vision board for yourself. What do you want your life to look like this summer, this spring, this week? What do you want your romantic life to look like? Sit down, cut out some pictures. It's really fun. And create a practical plan for yourself. And the full moon is in Taurus, and Taurus is a fixed sign. Taurus is stubborn. So create this plan for yourself and then be stubborn about it. Don't undermine your needs. Acknowledge what would help make you thrive and then manifest it. This is a great time to manifest what makes you shine. All right, thank you, pile number 2. We're gonna move on now to pile number 3. What does pile number 3 need to know this week? Need to know this week. What does pile number 3? Okay, pile number 3. What do you guys need to know this week? Pile number 3. For you guys, it is time to take action. This is new moon in Aries. Turn towards you. Okay. Here we have the Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups. Two of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Star. We have the Three of Cups, and the High Priestess, the Fool, and the Four of Cups. Pile number 3. You guys are coming out of something at some point for pile number 3. And it's hard sometimes to focus on what you still have when you have to let go of that which you had. This might have been from trying to take action, from trying to be assertive in your life and feeling like maybe you were over assertive and that's why you lost what you had. But you have to take action in your life. If you don't move, you're going to be stuck forever. And that's not a very fun life to live. So for now, this is all about steps. Taking steps to move on, to move forward, to create new connections, to go out into this world confidently, walking on the road that is built for you. This is a time for you to create a new start for yourself here. This is a time for new power to be coming in, because new power is there for you. New intelligence, new opportunities and mindsets. This is a time for you to cultivate a new perception of the world in which you live, a time for you to cultivate a new perception of yourself. There might be some bad habits that you might have to quit. Or it could be the other way. Maybe you need to go out into the world and go to a party or two. To go out and not worry. The world is not black and white. It's somewhere in between. And the world really wants you to see the world as a moving part, and you a part of it. So go out and live, go feel connected to your friends. I mean, really, like, go hang out with your friends. This is probably not a time for you right now of creating a romantic connection, but this is a time to be creating deep friendships, to be creating exciting and fulfilling friendships full of adventure and understanding of one another. People who are like you in a lot of different ways. This week is going to be a lot of sitting still and then being pushed to move out of that stillness into the world. Back out into the open, into society's line of view, into your community's viewpoint. You might be comfortable right now, sitting still, but the world wants to see you. They miss you. We miss you. So I understand that heartbreak is hard to move forward from, but it's an opportunity to learn and grow as a person and come out better. And this is a time for you to be powerful, to take action for yourself. Be proactive rather than reactive. Be proactive. Be proactive for yourself. What else does pile 3 need to know? Yeah, stop digging up the past. It's time. I mean, there's the dog digging up the past, and while there are things to learn from the past, sometimes it's just a really heavy burden to carry. Allow yourself to move to new intellectual places. Allow your mind to wander, to dream, to fantasize. Allow yourself to pursue new endeavors. Don't keep walking down the same path. It's time to take action for yourself and go out and try something new. Go somewhere you've never been before. Go to a new restaurant that you've never been before, just for fun. Maybe read a book from an author you've never read before. Watch a TV show that you've never heard of. Step out of your comfort zone, and the world wants to reward you for it. If you step out of your comfort zone, what's gonna happen there? Number 3, magic. Magic is gonna happen. If you step out of your comfort zone, you are gonna create new possibilities that you didn't even know existed. The world wants you to be accountable for your life, and it wants you to create something for yourself that's not so stagnant. Be static, be ready and receptive of the world, and be ready. You've mastered this internal dialogue part of yourself, so now be external. You have to go out into the world and try something new. Is there anything else for pile number 3? Water your garden, pile number 3. Put crystals in it, create something magical for yourself, because this is a time of magic. There's so much opportunity for you here, and the world really knows that you've mastered what you've been doing, and now it wants you to expand and try something new. I'm not sure. Yeah, step out of your comfort zone. Look at the world in a new perspective. Look at your life in a new perspective. Look at yourself from a new perspective. Be open to change. Be open to movement. Anything else? Pile number 3. Yeah. This is a time where, I think we said this earlier, dream big and edit later. This is a time to start editing. Adjustments are being required. And that's not a bad thing. No one wants to be one way forever. Change can be scary, but change is what makes things interesting. It shakes up our world and it allows us to live. This is your time to start living. So start writing down what you want to do. Create a bucket list for yourself and start looking at realistic plans to get there. Start saying yes to things. When people ask you if you want to go do something, say yes, within reason. But live your best life. All right, anything else for pile number 3 here? This is pile number 3. Neptune in Pisces in the 5th house. Okay, Neptune, again, higher octave of Venus, big, expansive, a little foggy, but super creative and in tune with the world. And then Pisces is, Neptune's the ruler of Pisces. Pisces is everything that Neptune is, except it's also the 12th house. So this is just like super Neptunian energy. And then you have the 5th house, which is creativity and romance and self-expression. It's fun and uplifting, and it's your spirit and your enthusiasm, relationship with more of your self-expression and your creativity. And this is a time for you to be creative and in tune with your needs, with your spiritual needs, with your creative and internal desires to be someone who makes things. Go take a pottery class, Tai Chi it up. There are going to be things that might rattle you this week, but believe me, they are here to help bring you into the biggest and best version of yourself. And pile number 3, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make the most out of this week, out of this month, out of your life. Thank you guys so much for listening. You are all so beautiful and wonderful and have been awesome listeners. Again, if you are not yet subscribed to Tarot in Time, please hit that subscribe button. My name is Sky Trapella. I may or may not be back here, but keep your eyes and ears open for next week's edition for our week ahead astrology reading. Best of luck to you.